Welcome to the KMTRADERS channel. We are looking at Bitcoin for this analysis of this video. We're going to look at the previous video analysis and just compare it. Then we're going to make our prediction for this week. So upon looking at the video analysis from last week, we got up to the 13th of May early in the morning, so early hours here. So roughly we're around here. So my bias is for the bullish momentum still, as I believe it's still continuing upwards. And so for people trying to get in on the market at this stage, the best scenario for myself would have been to look for price to come back down to a key level and get that retest for, and making sure that we get some sort of support evidence for us to continue upwards. But we already found that this was enough evidence for buyers to continue upwards. So this particular scenario didn't work out. So if we get rid of that, but the overall momentum was still correct. You just had to find your own entry point and take it from there. So as price distinguished upwards, it took us into an oversold state as well, as we can see that we're now twice over in the oversold state. So we see that we have our divergence, as you can see here and here, and this is what this is what happened during the week, so not mentioned in the video. So I drew this on the 15th, I believe, something like that. So with this divergence, it gave us the idea that we are looking for momentum to possibly short to slow down in terms of the bullish momentum. So that's why I had some sort of sells and shorts on the Bitcoin at some point. So as you can see, if I take it down on the alley, actually show you a bit better, we can see clearly how this effectively worked out. We had a double top essentially forming in this point here, and due to the 4-hourly divergence, it gave me the indication that we could have had a short upon here. So let me just get rid of this. So we got our shorts correct up until this point here, which was at the previous key point zone, which is the key turnaround here. With Bitcoin, I always personally move mine upwards just a little bit more, just because the volatility in Bitcoin is a lot higher, and it's less as predictable, I believe. So I always just shorten the profit just by a little bit, but I'm always locking in as I'm going down anyway. So that was a very good short potential for last week. But in terms of this week, we need to see the overall again. So let's just take it back up here. I believe that we still are in the bullish momentum. The perfect scenario, let me just get rid of these, sorry, delete. The perfect scenario to get into this, I believe that we're still in the bullish momentum, so we're still looking for upwards price action. So what I want to see is price to come down at some point here and get some sort of support confirmation for us to continue upwards. That would be the next, that would be the best scenario to get back into Bitcoin at a positive stage, and the take profit would be at the previous zones level, so previously there, and we'll have to see how high we can go. So since I have no other key level points here, what I do to predict the other one, the ones above, is to look at previous history and to see if there's any confirmation of previous price action. So as we can see here, we have some here, so we could easily type in that one, and we will just change the color, key codes, and we have to look at see if that is valid. So this is basically support, resistance. This is becoming support, resistance, support, resistance, etc. So that does qualify. And then I'll do one more, if I could find one more. And obviously, as price is going, if price does go past these points, it's always good to double check if it's worth the it's always good to double check where you are in the current market as well. So for example, what I mean by that is if price was to overextend over here and then bounce back down, look at this level here in previous history. So go back and see if there was previous rejections of support or resistance, and you want to fill these lines in because these are valid. Okay, so as we can see that price is now moving upwards, I will tend to put more lines in as I go along and predict the future lines. So as you can see, like the lines that I've put in, I've not drawn all of them. The only reason why I've not drawn all of them is because we're not there yet, and it's good to do these as we go through during the week. If as long as you're keeping an eye on it, it will be worthwhile, because putting too much lines on the chart can make it very confusing. So it's best to draw the lines when you get to that point, in my personal opinion. But yeah, so I'll be looking for points in the market to get back to this level at the 7,736.37 mark, and like I said, this is at the US dollar conversion, not the pound. So when the coin is roughly around the 7736 mark, that would be a good entry point for myself to go in. As long as I get the confirmation of the buy and that line does become support, then it will be good enough for me to extend my position for a buy. But like I said, with all trading analysis on this channel, make sure you're always comparing your analysis with your my analysis with your one, just to see if you agree. You don't always have to take my analysis as gospel. It is like I said, price action does change every day, so it could work out in the opposite way, favor as well. And obviously make sure to use appropriate risk management whenever you're carrying out your trade, and we'll just have to see how price action does follow during the week. And yeah, so thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.